Now it's raining. Uh, it's freezing now, but the rest of the year it's everything it's cool because we have everything. First in January, there's no, it is cold, but not as much as as much as mm, you want to be on bed or you don't want to go out.
Yeah.
And then the rest of the year, I don't know what's the word for templado. I forgot it.
I don't even know that word in Spanish. What does it
And
mean? Can you explain it to me?
okay, the temperature it's okay. Sunny during day and during night um it's kind of it's fresh.
So like warm, no?
Yes, and the rest of the year depending on the month. If about no, for June or July, it is warm. It is warm a lot, and sometimes it's rainy. For about 6 or 7 and then at night warm again, and for about 6 and 7 a.m. It's a little bit cold.
Okay, so it's bipolar weather.
Yes,
Okay, cool, cool.
yes, it's that. That's the weather here.
Sounds nice.
Okay.
Yes, it's always nice. And guys, did you do the homework?
Yes. Me,
Yes.
yes.
Did you get a chance
Yes.
to, play with the website a little bit?
Yes.
Yes.
So the thing is, on that website, you can use it for anything, guys. You can use it for anything. Like for those of you who are teachers, you can find
Yes.
activities in there. You can actually print out all of those activities, and
Yes. Confirm.
or in this case, since we're online, you can copy and paste these activities to, I don't know, PowerPoint, Microsoft Word, whatever you want to do, whatever activity you want to do.
Yeah. That's a website I use for my classes too.
Yes,
I still the exercises.
Me too.
They're good.
yes, yes. Um, so last week we practiced the passive voice, but why do we use the passive voice? Do you remember?
To emphasize the agent of the action, this time um, the doer of it is not relevant.
Okay, but why do we do that?
Sound
Uh,
formal.
To sound formal. Okay, and when do we do that? Like when do we do this in real life?
in news,
For news, mostly.
Yes. Form and anything that's formal, documentaries,
Right.
reports. Right. Okay. Now, this is interesting. I know I had to teach this to other groups last week too, and we made a really good point. You know that the focus of a sentence is usually in the beginning. Is usually in the beginning of the sentence. Now, what do I mean by that? If I say he eats tacos, then my focus is he. And if I say tacos are eaten, then my focus is tacos.
In the subject, right?
Um, the first,
Hmm.
the first, the first noun is usually the subject and it's the focus. And the difference is that one of the subjects is active. That means it does the action. And the other one is passive. It receives the action. Right? It does nothing, but it receives it. Now, let's look at this. Look at these examples to see how the passive voice is used. No, I don't want to look at that. Let's just go to the test. You already saw this. Miguel,
Yes.
can you do the first one, please?
The Egyptian pyramids were built thousand years ago. Thousands of years ago.
Very good. Uriel?
Your letter uh, will, will be answered within 28 days.
Very good. Carolina.
Chocolate it's has been produced. The Z
Has been produced with a T. Produced.
produce.
And Gabby. I don't know who.
I don't know who was stolen my no, is stolen my bike. I don't know. No, it stole my bike.
Yes, I don't know who stole my bike. Very good. And Celine.
Is repairing. Repairing.
Is repairing.
Uh-huh.
Okay. Let's see. Uriel?
Not enough, or our rubbish is recycled.
Okay. And Carolina. Okay, now it's on.
Oh, okay. It's the fire service is still wasn't put out the fire. I don't think so.
Oh, you don't think so? Okay, let's change it.
No, it's okay. It's okay.
Okay. And Miguel.
The underground connection was still being built when I moved into the house.
6 out of 8. Let's check our mistakes. This one. Now, whenever you see the word still, it is usually going to be accompanied with the present perfect. I still haven't seen the movie. Okay, it's going to be the present or the present perfect. Okay, I still live in Acapulco.
I have a question about that one.
Tell me.
Because what is haven't and not hasn't?
That's what I was looking at too. I'm like, what?
That's why I wasn't sure. Because it's
Yes.
fire service, third person.
Yes, it's one organization, right?
Mm-hmm.
So that's also a good question. Is that why you got confused, Carolina?
Yes, because it's haven't and with him Miguel and I don't know. I don't understand very well.
Yes. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know. Maybe this was a mistake with the app. But yes, it was supposed to be haven't or hasn't in this case. And right here, my car is repairing. What is your car repairing? Can your car even repair things? I don't think so. We haven't gotten to that point in life yet. But it's being repaired.
And repaired.
Yeah. Why? Well, over here, if you say my car is repairing, that means it is active. That means your car is doing the action. Your car is repairing, but it's not possible yet for your car to
Informer.
repair things. Yes, we haven't gotten to that point yet. Maybe in the future, Teslas will repair themselves or other cars. Okay, but that's all. Pretty much we got this under wraps. We just need to know when to use the active voice and when to use the passive voice. So I have one question, and this is only for Celine and Carolina since they got the mistakes. Okay.
Okay.
What is correct here, Caroline and Celine? Let me change this.
The bring boiled inmates are being boiled in my city. The apartments are building my city. Letter E.
Letter B. Why?
Well, are being bold in my city, and you say the sentence, it's um, ah, um, in the is it's a when something like my car is being repaired and it's in the new apartment are being building in my city.
Exactly. Apartments cannot build. They are not robots and they are not humans.
Mm-hmm.
Humans can build, robots can build, machines can build, but apartments can't. Apartments, they exist. That's all. That's all they can do. They exist.
Okay.
Right. So you are correct. They are being built. That means people are building them.
Yeah.
Something is building them. Excellent. And well, that is all with the passive voice, guys. That is all. Now, I want you to get your notebook. Okay. Everybody, look at the chat.
Adverbs of frequency.
I want you to write a sentence using these words. Never and seldom, they are adverbs of frequency. Those are easy. They go before the base verb, or the main verb. But nowhere usually goes at the end of a sentence, right? And in this case, it would be You can use it anywhere or nowhere. You know, if your sentence is affirmative, nowhere. If your sentence has a negative verb, anywhere. For example, I couldn't find those shoes anywhere. You cannot say I couldn't find those shoes nowhere because those are two negatives, and we cannot have two negatives in the same clause. So it depends. You could say I couldn't find those shoes anywhere, or I could find those shoes nowhere. It depends up to you. The first one is more common. Okay, so write a sentence. Try to make it real life, using those three words. Never, seldom, nowhere, or anywhere. All right? Go ahead, break a leg. Never do I drink soda. Now, what? Never do I drink soda. What happened here? What changed? It's the same thing. But what changed?
You're giving emphasis.
Emphasis.
Admiration.
I am being emphatic. Sometimes people can be dramatic or maybe even excessive. It depends how you say it. And what's the situation about, right? So it can be never do I drink soda. Oh my God, that can be dramatic. Okay, but if you just say, never do I drink soda, it's very emphatic. You sound very formal. When you say this, never do I drink soda, I imagine myself like the Leonardo DiCaprio meme where he has the cup in his hand. Yes, like very fancy, you know, very fancy, and the glass of wine. That's how I feel when I say never do I drink soda. Why? Because, and also it can be formal. It can be formal depending on the context, or very informal depending on the context. But it is emphatic.
Mm-hmm.
Now, why do you think we use do? Never do I.
Do is always used in a sentence when you want, well, the same. When I say I do use my computer for my English classes to reaffirm or to saying to be emphatic.
So why not did?
It's present.
It's present. Why not does?
Because it's first person.
Exactly. So it's present and it is first person. That is why we use do.
If you use will, well, you can use will if you are talking about the future, right?
Yeah.
Like never will I drink soda.
Exactly. You can say that too. Cool. So you got the point. Now, I seldom eat hamburgers. This is also present. Seldom is very similar to saying hardly ever, right?
Yes.
It's very similar. And
Rarely.
again, this is the present, or rarely, yeah. I seldom eat burgers. Seldom, how can I make this into an inversion?
I
Seldom what?
I pronounce
Well, you could use the same like the first one. Seldom do I eat hamburgers.
Exactly. Seldom do I eat hamburgers. Now, what is this? What is this that I'm teaching you? Again, this is emphatic. And this right here, guys, are called inversions. These are called inversions. And today is September 28th, 2020. And we are going to talk about inversions. We're going to be emphatic, dramatic,
Inversions.
or excessive with inversions. Now, what in the world is an inversion? All of you know inversions. Maybe you don't know the inversions we're seeing today because they are extremely advanced. They're C1. But you know what an inversion is. An inversion is very simple. I am happy. That is normal, or in this case, affirmative. But if I say, am I happy?
Palabra se creó en 1976.
This is a inversion, or in this case, it is a question. Okay, why is it an inversion? Well, an inversion is when you flip the subject and the verb. Okay, very simple. We flip the subject and the verb. Here we flipped I and am. Oh, that's a big error.
So all questions are inversions.
Yes, questions are inversions. We flip them. Now, obviously, when they're teaching you English, they're not saying, okay, guys, today we're going to learn inversion questions. No, that would be complicated and weird and confusing. But I'm just letting you know that it's possible. Whenever you make a question, it is an inversion. Now, in every question, it's not going to be just change the verb. That only works with the verb to be. Because what if we have a question in the present? You know, like I work out in the morning. My question would be, do you work out in the morning?
Do you work out in the morning? It's inversion. Question.
In this case, it is still an it is still an inversion. Yes or no?
No, porque le agrego más el
No, because you're not
No.
inverting. You're not changing the position of the subject and the verb.
Exactly.
You're adding do.
Okay.
do.
Very good. And just like we add do in the questions, you need to add do to the inversions. All right, let me write that very important thing down. Just like you add do, not only do, does or did to the question, add it to the inversion. And that is why we added do over here in these sentences. Seldom do I, never do I. Okay, we need it. We need it for inversions. Like I said, we use inversions to sound emphatic, formal, dramatic, or excessive, depending on the context. But what is the formula for this? Now, it depends. It depends on what type of sentence you're working with. But the usual formula for this is adverb. Okay, in this case we have never, seldom, or nowhere. Those are all adverbs. One of them is a frequency adverb, and nowhere is an adverb of place. And then here we're going to put the auxiliary or verb be, depending. Like, I am happy. Am is the verb to be. And over here, never do I drink soda, the auxiliary is do. So, you know, for every type of sentence, you're going to use the auxiliary. Whether it is present, past, present perfect, past perfect, you have an auxiliary, except with the verb to be. And the verb to be is, are, am, was, or were. Okay?
All right.
And then we're going to have the subject. And then verb in the correct form. Verb in the correct form. Now, I say in the correct form because if it is present perfect, the verb needs to be in past participle. If it is simple present, then it needs to be a verb in the present. Okay?
Teacher, I have a question.
Tell me, sir.
If you have the verbs, well, because you're using an auxiliary, right? So that helps the verb to make it in that tense. Let's say will. You don't need to change the verb. Well, any other. Will is simple. Let's say present perfect.
Well, if it's present perfect, you'll have the verb in the past participle.
Right.
Yeah, it goes to according to the time.
Uh-huh. Other.
Yeah, that's what I mean by correct form. Like, adjust it to your sentence. Okay? So now, number 3 is really, really complicated to make a sentence with number 3. So we're also not going to do that. We're going to start off with baby steps. Baby steps. By the way, whoever wrote number 3, it was a good sentence. It was a perfect sentence. But I don't want to, overwork your brains at the moment.
Sometimes it's good.
Yeah. All right. He didn't lose his wallet anywhere. This is not the present. What is this, Carolina?
Us. Sorry.
Okay, past. That's okay. Thank you. Past. Okay. Now look at this. Nowhere. What is the auxiliary?
Didn't.
Did.
Didn't.
Did.
But is it correct to say nowhere didn't or nowhere did?
Did.
Nowhere did.
Yeah. Remember, we can't have two negatives in one sentence
Right.
or in one clause. Sorry. Nowhere did. Subject.
He.
He. Verb.
Lose.
Lose.
He lose his wallet.
And, oh, yes.
Oh, don't repeat anywhere. Right.
Yeah, sorry.
And this is emphatic. You just want to emphasize. Nowhere did he lose his wallet. He has it in his pocket.
Right.
Emphatic.
Am I spelling emphatic right? Emphatic.
Emphatic.
Yeah. Okay. I need to relax anywhere at the beach. This doesn't sound right, to be honest. I think it would be somewhere.
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 So in this
Yes.
case, it wouldn't work because it needs to be negative.
It's affirmative, right?
Mm.
Yeah. But that's good. I have the 3 sentences that we needed. Boom. Now,
Anyway.
these are called inversions. They are a very advanced way of speaking. Nobody says this in real life, man. Only if you're playing this game. There's this game in English, and you know, if we were in a class, you know, we could play this game, but it would be really weird. Never have I ever. I don't know if you have heard about this game. Never have I
Okay.
ever. And well, it depends who you're playing it with. Like, for example, if I am playing with my friends and we are playing Never Have I Ever, um, let's say this. Never have I ever, this is going to be weird, kissed a man. Okay, this is something that I have never done. Never have I ever kissed a man. And if anybody around me has kissed a man, they need to take a shot of tequila. Okay?
Yo nunca, nunca.
That's fun.
All right?
In
And then,
Spanish is yo nunca, nunca.
exactly. Yes, yes, yes.
Never have ever.
And well, in the classroom, you can play this game too, but instead of taking a shot, they need to take a seat. They need to sit down, and the winner wins something, or something like that. And this is an inversion. Never have I ever.
That for adult, it's an adult game, I guess.
Yes. So please write down the formula. Whenever you have the formula down, say ready. So you continue.
Ready?
Ready.
Uriel, you live in Acapulco, right?
No. I live in Yucatan.
Merida.
I keep thinking you're an Acapulqueño. I don't know why.
I have the skin color, I think, but I'm from Yucatan.
Yeah. Miguel, have you ever been to Tortas Pachuca?
To where?
Tortas Pachuca?
No. I don't even know where that is.
It's in Centro.
No.
Never.
Okay.
But I've been to Merida.
Nice.
Cool, cool.
Puerto Progreso.
Oh yeah.
Beautiful.
Very warm but beautiful.
Yeah.
Okay. Let's see. Do not do number 2, and do not do. There's another one that you can't do yet. Yeah, no sooner. Okay, so do all of them except number 1, 3, 4, and 6. All right. I'm gonna go close my windows because it's raining.
It's
Hold
raining,
on.
yes.
Yes, hold on. Give me a minute. I'll be back. Let's begin. Let's get it on. You cannot have a party under no circumstances.
Did you
Uh,
have party?
can't
Cannot
you have
you?
a part?
You have
And you have a party.
Cannot you have a party, right?
You follow the formula, then you're good. Okay? Under no circumstances can you have a party. It's okay. Under no circumstances is the adverb. Auxiliary can. You know, a modal is an auxiliary for those who don't know. And subject, verb.
Yes.
Okay. Number 3, Alyssa rarely goes out. Only occasionally.
Occasionally. Does Alicia?
Does Alisa or Alicia
Alicia.
go
go out?
outside.
Doesn't
In the United States, we pronounce that name Alyssa. Okay?
Alisa. Okay.
Alisa.
Alyssa.
I
But
was
maybe
in
they
the
pronounce
car.
it different in the UK. I don't know. Like, students are not allowed to use dictionaries in the test. Never.
Never are
Never are
students
students
allowed
allowed to use
to use
dictionaries
dictionaries.
in the test.
Mhm.
Well, Shauna could never have given you money. Never.
never could Shona
Could Shona
Who
have given you money?
have given you money?
Okay. Very good. These are all correct. Now, again, tell me what is the how can I say it? The formula. Again, it is
adverb
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 plus
plus
auxiliary
auxiliary
or
or be
Auxiliary,
Verb,
verb to be
verb to be, plus the
verb
subject,
be,
plus subject
plus subject. Yes.
plus
correct.
perform the verb.
the correct form. Plus verb in the correct form.
Now, this is the normal formula. All right, this is the normal formula. Now, I told you that there are 2 formulas for this, and that's what we're going to use for the next ones. I don't even know what to call the next formula because it's not normal.
Anormal.
Abnormal.
Kidding.
Maybe, man.
All
I
right,
like
the
that. I like that.
opposite.
Okay, so let's see. Abnormal formula. Thank you. For the abnormal formula, you're going to have adverb plus clause. And then the other one. Now, what is a clause? Does anybody remember what a clause is?
Uh,
Like
A mini sentence.
which
Complete
um
idea.
complete idea.
okay.
Yeah, a clause is a complete idea. It has a subject and a predicate. So, right. So basically, a subject and a verb. I know some of you are saying, what is a predicate? Well, a predicate is a verb that is specifically for the subject. Okay, because sometimes in a sentence you have 3, 4, or 5 verbs, but they are not all for the subject. And this one is specifically for the subject, like the verb, the sentence, I love you. Love is for the subject I, right? I love you. Now, what does this mean? And when do I use these? Well, I have a list of when you're going to use the abnormal formula, but no sooner and not until are good examples of when to use it. And I see that number 2 is kind of not complete. Okay. They realized that they had left the keys at the store. Okay. So this is how you would do this sentence. Not until they arrived at the house, and then that is my adverb in clause. They arrived at the house. What is my auxiliary? They had left. What is my auxiliary?
What?
Oh, sorry. They realized. What is my auxiliary?
Did.
Did. Now let's continue with the formula. Not until they arrived at the house did subject.
They realize.
They realize. In this case, realize is not in the past anymore because we have did. They treat it like a question. Did they realize? At the house, did they realize?
They had left the keys.
At the store.
Okay. Do the same thing for
Came home.
no sooner.
No sooner he came home. No sooner he came home. Did the problem intensified?
He
Did the problem intensify?
So,
Okay, I'm going to give you this one because this one is also confusing. Okay. No sooner did the problem intensify than he came home. What does this mean? This is a weird sounding sentence. This right here means that as soon as you arrive at home, the problems intensify.
mm-hmm.
You know? As soon as, like in that very moment that you arrive home, the problems intensify. That's what this means. Okay?
So is when he came home, right?
Yeah. Now, in this case, you need to use then. No sooner than.
Oh, no
Okay?
sooner than that's the. No sooner
No
than.
sooner the problem intensified than he came home. I'm going to show you a PDF with all of this information. I'm going to send it to you on the WhatsApp group because I want you to have this information and I want you to just look at it and study it. Can I erase this?
Yes.
All right. And I also want to explain it to you a little bit more. Here we go. Conversions. Well, you know, we have all of these different tenses. Boom. And like I said, all of these are different than the verb to be. The verb to be has its own formula. And you know the verb to be. Am, are, is, were, was. That's all. And the rest of the times, you need to use an auxiliary. Okay? Remember, the present continuous, it has the verb to be, but it is not the base verb. The verb to be and the present continuous is an auxiliary. All right? And the base verb would be the verb ing. All right? So don't confuse that. You know, over here, the verb to be is the base. Am, are, is. But in the present continuous, it is not a base verb. It is an auxiliary verb. It complements the continuous verb. Also with the past continuous. And present simple, past simple, you add do, does, or did. Remember that?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay. Well, we can read this because it's kind of like confirmation. When do we use inversion? Of course, we use inversion in questions, but we also sometimes use inversion in other cases when we are not making a question. When we use a negative adverb or adverb phrase at the beginning of the sentence. Usually we put the expression at the beginning of the sentence to emphasize what we're saying. It makes our sentence sound surprising or striking or unusual. It also sounds quite formal. If you don't want to give this impression, you can put the negative expression later in the sentence in the normal way. Seldom have I seen such beautiful work. Seldom is at the beginning, so we use an inversion. This sentence emphasizes what beautiful work it is. I have seldom seen such beautiful work. Seldom is in the normal place, so we don't use the inversion. This is a normal sentence with no special emphasis. Okay, so this is the same sentence as this, but the first sentence is inverted, so it sounds very emphatic. Okay, we only use inversion when the adverb modifies the whole phrase and not when it modifies the noun. Hardly anyone passed the exam, no inversion, because hardly is an adverb, um, but it is only modifying the noun. Okay, and we don't want to just modify the noun. We want to modify the whole phrase or the whole sentence. It needs to modify the verb. And here are some negative adverbs and adverb phrases that we often use with the inversion. Okay, so right now you should have two formulas, right? Two formulas.
Um,
With these adverbs right here, you're going to use the normal
Ready. Only them.
formula.
Not only thought.
And you know what the normal formula is, right? Adverb,
yeah.
auxiliary,
Auxiliary.
or B,
Be subject.
subject plus correct
Correct.
verb. That is the normal formula for these. So please write these down next to or under your um, formula.
Sorry, are we going to copy the
The adverbs.
adverbs? Okay.
Está bien, ahorita te marco, estoy en curso.
You're not as popular.
Uy, sorry.
Okay. This way. Listo.
Everybody, you got it? Either way, I'm going to send you this. Okay?
Yes.
Okay. Oh, I wanted you to notice the no sooner and. This is gonna be one that you need to remember in particular. You know, thank God this one is not gonna come on the test. It's not like at all. You know that you need to use the word than.
No sooner.
Okay. Than. When you are separated, because there are two events happening here. The police rang the doorbell. They arrived home. In the middle of both of events or both actions, you put than. Very, very weird, but that's how you use it.
That should be the meaning of when, right?
Yeah, exactly.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. And the other ones, these are the ones that use the inversion in the second part. The abnormal formula. And what is the abnormal formula? Well, adverb plus
Clause.
clause. You know, that is the subject and the verb. Plus auxiliary or verb be. Plus subject plus correct verb. And we're just going to use this with these. Not until, not since, only after, only when, only by. And why? Well, these are kind of like conditional clauses. You know, one thing has to happen for the other thing to happen. So not until I saw John with my new eyes did I believe he was safe. My own eyes did I believe he was safe. So if I see John with my own eyes, I will believe he is safe. You know, it's kind of like a conditional. One thing has to happen for the other thing. And I guess that's why the inversion is in the second part. Good? Okay. Now there are some sentences that I remember from like other experiences with this test. And I want you to make a sentence before we go. I want you to make a sentence with never and little in the inverted form, please. Okay. Only and little.
Never little.
And little is usually little did he know, and that's usually like the only way you can say that, that.
Oh my god.
Yeah, good. Please share your sentences. Good, no?
I'm ready. Okay.
Okay. Can you share your sentences, please?
Yeah. Um, Never had I seen so shiny stars before.
Such what?
So so shining stars before.
Okay, cool. And with little?
I'm not sure about this, but little did people know that I have been teaching since the 2018.
Oh, nice.
Okay, that's mine.
Okay, Miguel.
Never did I see my mom crying until I was a kid,
Okay.
or since I was a kid. No, until I was a kid.
No, since.
Since, right?
Yes.
I wasn't sure since or when. And little had I known about Cuban history until I visited Havana,
Nice.
or the Havana.
Bacardi.
Bacardi, yes.
All right, Gabby.
Uh, Never did I see how much effort teachers are doing when giving a class.
Cool.
Okay.
And Little. Gabby.
Okay. What?
With Little.
With little my friend was about to pick me up at the bus station when I visited her for the first time, but little did she know I was an expertise at walking by the city.
Very good. I was an expert.
An expert? Okay.
Very good. Celine. Carolina.
I'm lost in little did. I'm lost in that. But I write the never. Never I go alone to the market. It's a basic.
Never what?
Never I go alone.
So I want you to look. I want you to look at my hand.
Yeah.
Never
Never.
I go to. Never. You need something right here. Never go to.
Yeah. The auxiliary.
Okay. So what is auxiliary?
Auxiliary.
Never.
Never had. Never.
If it's present, then you can use the present auxiliaries.
Uh, uh, uh. I'm never I go no I mean
No, you can use do. Never do I go to the market.
do, does, or did, but it's do.
Yeah, because
Okay.
I do I.
I do. Okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
Cool. And Celine.
I'm not ready. Ready.
Ready. Okay. Go ahead, Carolina, with little.
It's I'm lost in that.
Well, why are you lost? What's difficult, or what are you not understanding?
I need a context.
The context will help.
Okay.
The context will help because
Yeah,
to say it like that, it would be weird.
no.
So you need
Okay.
context.
Something like you
It's
put.
like it's like sneaky. It's very sneaky. Like like you don't want the other person to really know. You know, little did he know. It's like he didn't really know, but I know. So it's like
Oh,
it's very sneaky.
okay.
So like with my contact, my parents let me drink with them when I was
Mm-hmm.
18, and they thought it was my first time. Little did they know that I had been drinking since I was 16. You know, it's
Okay.
sneaky.
Okay. Okay. Okay.
Little did my sister know that I ate her gansito. Sneaky. All right. Well, everybody else, you know, I'm just gonna wait for Carolina and Celine. Everybody else, you may go if you'd like. I'm just gonna send the PDF to you,
All right.
and I would like for you to make, you know, 3 or 4 more sentences using the inversions. All right?
All right. Just a question, teacher. Do you take those exercises from any website that we can check? I mean, because all the material is
This right here.
it's good. Where
Are you talking about like the PDF?
right?
Well,
It's from Cambridge.
you can find this material like on the internet. I didn't look for this. The
Oh,
director did, but if you look in inversion exercise PDF,
oh,
you will probably find this.
just got like inversions.
Yeah. Let's see.
Okay.
Maybe if you put perfect English grammar, that is the website, and you will probably
Oh,
find a lot of
Very good
exercise.
website.
You use it, Gabby?
Eh, When I was at the mayor,
Yeah.
it was it was a resource in which we used to take information for the micro teachings. Yes.
Cool, cool. Yes, I love this one. I love the Cambridge website. I love British Council. Oh, and my favorite one, guys, for those of you who are teachers, my favorite one is. I haven't used it in a long time. I think it's called teachthis.com. Let me confirm. Let me confirm. Yeah, teach this. Teach this. Yeah, I love teach this. But it has a hyphen right here. Teach this is really cool because you can download not PDFs but activities like board games and fill in the gap, crossword puzzles. You know, it's really cool. And you can put if you go to Google, you can put simple present teach this, and then it'll take you to the link. That was my favorite one.
I'm
Teach
looking
this
for.
is one of them. Is one of those websites that made my classes in person more interesting.
Looks nice for
It's
beginners
heaven.
as well. Yeah,
Yeah, it has for advanced people too. If you want
yeah,
to
yeah,
find some different versions, you'll find it on there.
yeah, yeah,
Now
yeah.
the only thing is that not everything is free.
Yeah, I get it.
Yeah, but
You-
most of the stuff is free.
I get it.
All right.
Oh, it's
Well,
cool.
Caroline, are you ready?
I think so. I'm not sure, but okay. My brother, they think I know he used my computer. Little did that I know. No, not
Little
is
did
correct.
Little did I know.
Uh-huh. That I know. It's
After, no.
after no.
Yeah.
Little did I know that. Literally did I know that.
Don't worry. Don't be nervous. Okay. Well, look, like I said, everybody, you may leave. I'm going to help Carolina with this last activity, okay? Because I know it's 9 o'clock. Okay?
Okay. Okay.
Miguel, Uriel, and Gabby, I will see
Okay.
you tomorrow, and I'm going to send the link in a few minutes, okay?
Yes.
All right. Thank you.
Thank
See you
Okay.
you.
Thank
tomorrow
you.
then. Bye.
See you.
Bye, guys.